What's going on, guys? It's Greg from East Coast Dies back with another head review. This one is the Warrior Warp Evo Pro Fatboy. There's a long name. I think I got it right, not positive. But this is another review from us in their Warp line, which has been a lot of fun to watch as it progresses, try all the different variations, see what they're improving, see what they're changing. This is the latest one. This one wasn't quite as big of a launch as some of the other ones because it's for a very, very specific purpose. But that's the main reason I wanted to review it, is I thought it was a really cool one. Big shout out to Lacrosse Monkey for setting this down for us to check out. If you guys want to check out the link in the description of their website, you can go there, see what the product's all about, buy one if you want to. They must not have released very many because most places I looked were sold out, but I do know Lacrosse Monkey still has some left. So getting into it, the goal of this head was a box option, which is really unique. There's not really been that many box specific sticks. They used to make some a really long time ago that were ultra narrow, but now you saw most guys using a standard head. But ever since the rule change up to the X-Spec only, the box guys are still looking for something more narrow. So when you're looking at this, what you've got is an Evo 5 essentially that is reduced down to what used to be the old high school spec, which I love. I always loved the high school Lakota is what I used, and it had no minimum down in the throat. So as long as the ball could fit in, it could be that narrow. It just gave you a ton more control, really great pinch and flare. So it could be so much more narrow down here. That pinch and flare was much more dramatic, which is a face shape a lot of people really like. So built for box, really narrow through the throat, which is going to give you more control, more hold, more feel, just overall better performance since they don't have to worry about those college spec rules. So this is going to cost $180. That's what all the high-end Warp options cost. It does come strung with the Warp pocket, permanently affixed by that Kevlar around the outside. This one is a Whip 2, so when we looked at the Burn Pro, that had a Whip 1 and a Whip 3. This one right in the middle of a Whip 2 and a mid pocket. Looking at just the plastic on the head, like I said, it's an Evo 5 design. You've never seen the Evo 5 in this high school spec outside of a Warp, so you can't buy it unstrung, you can only buy it like this. And I'm really surprised that they made a whole new mold and everything for this new face shape just for the box pocket. It seems like not a huge market and a lot of work to do that, but obviously I do like this face shape. It's really, really stiff, one of the stiffest heads. I don't know the weight because it came on this shaft and it's totally strung, so the weight would be a little messed up from what we normally weigh unstrung heads at, but it's ultra stiff, which is great for the box game, and obviously a feature we look for in all of our heads. So getting into the actual pocket, it's more like the Evo Warp Pro, where it's got these bigger diamonds down here, but what they've done here is moved the center channel up a little bit. So usually the Burn ends right down here and goes to this more solid mesh at the top. This has the channel extend all the way up, and the goal here was to make a really smooth release. So when you're throwing with this thing, it definitely doesn't hit off the top at all. That's one thing that has happened with some of the Warps in the past, if it clicks off the plastic. Some people like that, some people don't. This one does not at all. It comes out extremely smooth, really, really accurate, especially if you're just using your wrist. And I think that was the goal for making the box pocket. So if you're a guy that doesn't like whip, likes a smooth, really quick release, this one could be the option for you. And if you look at a lot of box guys' pockets, they call it hook. They hate hook in their stick because they have not a lot of time to get their hands free and want to get passes and shots off really quickly. And that's what this is for. So when I'm shooting, it's definitely not enough whip for me. I use a lot of whip in my sticks, and this was just sort of floating out, and I felt like I wasn't getting as much power as I would like to with my shots. But when Pat used it, who did play box, plays with much less whip than me, he was hitting the corners pretty well. So it's just kind of a player style specific thing. One thing to note, we've noticed in all the Warps, and they still have yet to fix it, we'll keep reviewing them until they do, is that these corners here are super loose, just like you don't want to see in a mesh pocket. So the ball does have a tendency to kind of swirl around since there is no tight channel. Overall, I thought this was a really unique and cool option. They're not seeing a lot of box options, and I think they did a good job of fine-tuning the specs from the stiffness, the face shape, and the pocket performance specifically to what a box player would like. So if you're looking for a box stick, you're playing just box, or maybe you're doing it in the winter and want to try something else out, this could be a cool option. Again, link for Lacrosse Monkey is down in the description. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, what head you think we should review next. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video if you liked it, and have a great day.